CHOFF. Yup, it's the CHOFF.
Cheer.
Yo.
We're back, baby. Welcome to the CHOFF. How exciting. Another episode.
It's awesome, dude.
And,
Another one. How many episodes have you had?
I don't like to count.
Okay. Just let it roll.
I don't know how
like
many,
that.
though.
I
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know,
Keep
though.
it spontaneous.
Today's going to be a special one, though, because we have a very special friend of mine, a genius, a doctor.
I don't know about genius, but
A doctor of physical therapy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Alex Dusza.
thanks for having me, dude.
Welcome.
Happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. I've been really on my workout grind lately.
He really has.
I feel like the more I work out, the more my body feels it, the more I need help. So we're here today for intervention. No, just
He's been getting after it, though, guys. Every day, hitting the group workouts, and then we'll usually do a sauna session after. The sauna sessions have been
special.
a game changer.
Special.
A game changer for us.
Spiritual, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that and the cold plunge, doing those two back to back after a workout, you really you transcend this reality. And
There's nothing better, man. Oh, it's great though. Like you feel like $1 million. You really do.
You do. It's so good. Anyway, we can harp on about this place forever. Come check us out. We're in Royal Oak. So Alex is one of the owners of Move Detroit, which is obviously the coolest gym ever. Before we get into it, before I ask you some funny questions, give me a rundown of how did you get here? You could have done anything in your life. Now you're a gym owner, physical therapist, doctor, fiance. Tell me more about the life of Dr. Alex D and what led you to this point.
Yeah, dude. Man, it could be a long story or a short story. I mean, just going back. It's funny. I've always known that I've wanted to own a gym or do something in the fitness realm, even since when I was at a young age. My dad and my brothers were very into fitness, so they were the ones that got me into enjoying fitness and then somewhat getting kind of addicted to it. My brother got me into Anytime Fitness when I was I don't even know, 14 years old probably.
Did you like it or were you annoyed about it as a kid?
I was annoyed probably at the start of it, but I thought it was cool because my brother did it. There's a huge age gap between me and my brothers as well. So there's 9 years apart.
Oh, wow.
So that was the first thing we could do together. That wasn't him getting annoyed at me for some shit, you know? Since there was that big of an age gap, it was something we connected on. So I think I kind of clung to it.
Totally.
So he brought me in. I got addicted to it. My whole family was involved in health and fitness. That led to me playing sports, getting a couple injuries, going to physical therapy, the whole story that a lot of PTs tell you, kind of the cliche story. But I got addicted to it. I really enjoyed it. I did a couple tech jobs, really enjoyed the field of it. And then once I got into undergrad, I knew that I wanted to go into physical therapy school. And then I picked my major, which was exercise science. Excuse me. Exercise science alone, you really can't do anything with. It's either you go into PT school or you you really just can't do much with it,
Fair.
So I knew I had to get into PT school. I knew that was kind of my only journey, and I had to do it because it's getting into the program is definitely challenging. The whole application process. There's not a ton of programs in Michigan, so they only take anywhere from 30 to 50 kids into the program. Mm-hmm. So it's a grueling process for sure. You got to obviously, spend a little bit to get in as well, just for the application process. But once I got in, it was honestly not fun in the program at all. I dreaded it. It was a lot of money, but now that we're here, it was totally worth it. So I knew once I got out of school, I knew I never wanted to just be a staff physical therapist. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a great occupation for anyone. I just knew that I always wanted a little bit more to it than that. Mm-hmm. And I would always find myself trying to like invent crazy things or like coming up with different ideas. Like I would come to Logan every week and be like, hey, like, what do you think of this lawnmower that does this? Or like some random shit like that. So it was kind of like in the back of my head, like I always want to do a little bit more or the creative side of things. And then like once I met Logan and Jordan, it just kind of all came true, you know.
Yeah.
All kind of just fell in my lap, and it made sense to do it with them, you know. And like I said, I'll never turn back. It's been great.
Yeah, it was like a perfect storm kind of thing.
It really
right?
was.
Yeah,
it was. Like I said, it sounds cliche for a lot of the story, but it was really cool how it worked out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
man.
at you now.
I know. We're here. It's weird.
It's crazy.
Like we talk about it a lot, but you get so caught up in things day to day, and a lot of times you do have to take a step back and just like acknowledge where you're at and respect the process and be grateful where you are, because it seems so long in the moment, but then after the moment it seemed like it happened so quick, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
the same thing for you as well. Like this was just a room.
right.
And now it's like a full-on
The whole
frickin'. I
studio
feel like I'm in
now.
frickin' Fox 2.
I still don't even understand how it happened.
Yeah.
It was like one day this opportunity. That's kind of how life works in a lot of weird ways. Not to get super esoteric with it, which I always end up doing, but like I wasn't exactly like, oh, and 2025 is gonna be my year to build a studio. Like, nah, it was just my homies were like, hey, we're about to potentially sign this lease in this building, or do you want in? And I was like, I have like a day to make a decision.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll never forget being in the gym over there, and we were in a circle with CHOFF, and we were like, dude, like we want you in with us. You know, like we want you to be here. It was cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm like the weird stepchild in this family. They're all health people, and then I just happen to own a studio in the building.
Sick though. Even people that come in, like clients and everything, like they're like, "Oh my god, you guys have a studio and like a recording spot?" We're like, "Yeah, that's our buddy." I mean, it's awesome. Like the dynamic is cool.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know?
I definitely agree. So while I got you here, I want to put this myth to shame. Does cracking your knuckles really give you arthritis?
I'm gonna say no. Anything done too much can be a bad thing.
Okay.
Just like anything in life.
Yeah.
You know, you drink too much caffeine, it can be a bad thing. You know, you eat too much bad food, it can be a bad thing. Anything done too much of anything is not great for your body. I'll never say cracking your knuckles is a bad thing, but hey, if you're doing it maybe 100 to 200 times a day, you know, maybe it could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But
growing up, I had like 3 fears, right? One of them.
let me guess. Cross-eyed?
No.
Oh,
nope, not cross. I didn't believe that one.
Okay.
No one could convince me of that.
They got me on that one.
I had 3 fears. They were my basement at night.
Mm-hmm.
They were scary bugs, like not like spiders or anything like that, but like bugs that look foreign. And then the fear that cracking my knuckles was going to ruin me, because that's what everyone would always say.
So that's been eating you up for a while.
Yeah, I kind of went dormant for maybe about a decade, but
And then it rose
and
with
then
me in the building.
Yeah, you were coming in. I'm like, I have to ask him about this. So, from a doctor,
Keep cracking them, man.
Mom, I'm not gonna get arthritis from cracking my knuckles. You lied to me. I'm just kidding. I don't even think my mom told me that, but definitely teachers lied to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about the bugs? What kind of bugs?
Just like unrecognizable things. Like you ever see? Yeah, I wish I could give you an example, but have you ever like gardened or something and you see a bug and you're like, "What the hell is that?" It doesn't like it's not a butterfly. It's not a cat. It's not a worm. It's like some weird 6-legged 4-winged maniac that's like gonna eat your soul. That's what freaks me out.
Yeah, totally understandable. I get that. What about snakes? You don't.
That doesn't bother me.
Spiders.
Some
people hate spiders.
You know, I've had to, as an adult, I've had to become pretty tolerant. You know, we've dealt with some spiders over the years, so no, not too much spiders. Yeah. What should I be afraid of?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, but others don't.
Yeah.
It's a deathly fear for some.
Yeah.
But
that is kind of crazy how you can just have a deathly fear that actually has no harm for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most when it comes to health and physical things, like what's the most crazy myth that people say? Like obviously cracking your knuckles is one of them. I've heard people say like if you go on a run once a week, you're gonna have no knees when you're older. Like, are there any myths that come to mind that aren't myths that you actually see the effects of? Because you deal with a lot of clients every day.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the running one is huge. I hear that one a lot. Like, oh, my doctor told me not to run. I'm going to mess my knees up. And it's the same thing I go back on with the knuckles. Like, to a certain degree, if you do anything to an excessive amount, which your body is unable to tolerate, especially if you're not training or equipping your body to be able to do the task you're trying to do, it can be too much.
Yeah.
You know, but anything done in respect to what your body can handle, and if it's done at kind of like a progressive rate, like you build, like I'll have a lot of clients that'll come in and they'll be feeling really good, like we'll be going through our sessions week to week, and then one day, you know, they'll come in, and I do the same thing sometimes too. It just happens, or it's our nature, but they'll come in and be like, oh, like I feel terrible. I don't know what happened. And I'm like, oh, like, well, what'd you do over the weekend? Like, you know, what were you up to? They're like, well, you know, I was playing with my kids. I didn't sleep the best. I ran 20 miles, and it's like,
oh,
okay,
well, that's why.
Well, that could be it, you know? So it's one of those things where anything done too much can be a bad thing. But I hear the running one a lot. There's been a couple I've been asked about creatine sometimes. Like some people would ask me if creatine like would lead to hair loss. That was a big myth for a while, which it won't. There's been a lot of research on that.
Is creatine like, is that like kratom? Is that like a similar thing?
No.
For some reason, I've heard those two used together somewhere. I think.
No, they're different.
They're different.
They're different. Yeah. But do you take creatine?
No, not really. I don't.
You're bulking up, dude. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? I mean, I could Google this, but what does it do for me?
It basically, so ATP in our body is a energy source for our body. So creatine allows us to get a little bit more ATP into our body. So it kind of builds our natural, what you call like energy currency of our body. So it basically does that. So we're equipped to be able to tolerate a little bit more exercise, put on a little bit more mass. So basically all it's doing is it's allowing you, it gives you a natural source in your body to then build some muscle mass on top of it.
I could use that.
Yeah. It's a good one, man. And it's cheap. It's cheap. You can buy the powder on Amazon for like $20. It's not bad. Huh. It's also shown they're coming out more and more now that helps with cognitive benefits as well. So it not only helps with muscle mass or putting on pure muscle, but it helps with how your brain's operating, cognitive standpoint from a day-to-day.
Yeah. So, the more you know. Yeah. Take your kratom, kids. No.
Same thing.
Creatine. I think I was just in Florida. I think we drove by a bar that was like a kratom bar. Someone's probably listening to this like, you maniac. So it's funny. The older I get, so I just crossed 30. The older I get, the more I start to feel like pain is just like, you have to live with pain in life. Like your whole body. Like I can't think of a time where my body has felt like perfect, right? Growing up skateboarding, being a wild maniac, liking to jump off stuff, whatever. It always ties back to pain. Do you think we're meant to live with pain as humans, or is there a remedy or a way to live that can truly make you physically pain-free?
Good question. You're making me dig on this one.
Yeah.
I think to a certain degree, there's always going to be a little bit of pain with certain things you're doing. I mean, like, especially activity-wise, right? Like, whatever activity we choose to do, or like our hobbies or whatever we enjoy doing, a lot of the times there might be a little bit of pain with those activities. It's just a matter of, like, how much your body is willing to endure. And I would argue as well, sometimes when we go through even I'll use the word discomfort, like small amounts of discomfort or pain, a lot of times that's the way we grow.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, even working out, it's like some of my patients or my clients, especially when they start off, they have a hard time deciphering what feels painful and then what feels just really challenging. So sometimes I like to compare it to those people and how they're answering, because a lot of times when people are starting off, they're really not even sure, is this good pain or is this bad pain?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a matter of, I think, of how much you expose your body to it, and then knowing like, okay, is this pain going to result in me getting stronger from it, or is this just pain that's going to hurt me?
Yeah. Right.
And obviously the pain that's going to hurt us, we want to avoid, obviously, but to a certain degree, I think there's always going to be a little pain or discomfort of anything.
Yeah. It's always going to hurt.
It's always going to hurt. That's how we get stronger, man.
That's true.
That's how we get stronger.
That's true. So I got like a million questions I want to ask you here, but you're sitting with this thing that says CHOFF with a bunch of text in it, and I feel weird just like owning the show. So I'm gonna do what I always do, and I'm gonna give you the reins for a minute.
Let's do it.
We can shift gears to whatever you've got written down here.
Okay, let's do it. This might be a cliche question, but what was a little bit of a story, and then what made you want to get into DJing, podcast role? What made you want to take this route in life?
That's crazy. This is a huge gear shift. I like it. Wow. Well, it kind of happened by accident, if I'm being super honest. Basically, I had some friends that were like DJing in high school, and they were throwing these little parties, and I was kind of hanging out with them, and I would randomly like tinker with their gear and like learn how to do some little things. And I ended up like saving some money to buy my own gear. When I went to college was when I went to Ferris, and I kind of was like, wait a second, I can like be the DJ here. Cause like before it was like, I was just kind of, my friends were the DJs. I was just kind of like in the sidelines. So when I got to college was when I really like, oh no, I'm the DJ. Like I kind of built up this like little brand package for myself. And I was like every weekend showing up to parties, popping up, playing frats and apartments and weird things all the time for nothing, just showing up and doing it. And once I kind of did that for 6 months, I started getting like some little brand deals. I had a little thing with Red Bull I was doing. I got some official stuff through my school at the time. And then I kind of through that started throwing my own little parties, because I was like the guy during my era. I was like the guy at Ferris. Like there weren't really any other DJs, and there's certainly no other DJs in like the electronic world. Besides maybe one or two. So I was like really trailblazing there. A few years after that, I stumbled into radio, and the rest is kind of history from there. I guess I did try podcasting before then too, like randomly in my room, just talking to myself. I've always, on that note of podcasting, kind of separate from music, but I've always like talked to myself a lot, which sounds kind of weird. Like I recognize how that sounds coming out, but, I talked to myself a lot growing up. I was an only child, no siblings. I would always like tell myself these like stories, and they'd be elaborate, and I would like think through things like aloud, and like inner monologue was very outer, I guess you could say, from a young age. So
that's cool, dude.
Yeah, and then it just kind of kept going, I don't know.
You kind of like nonchalantly brought up that Red Bull thing. What?
Yeah.
What was that? Not super nonchalant.
That was a memory. Yeah, basically I was DJing a party one time, and this dude Mike, who was the Red Bull rep at the time for Ferris, 'cause Red Bull, this was until like 2013, was my freshman year of college, and 2013 Red Bull was like really getting into the universities, and basically they needed a DJ from Ferris, and I met the guy at the right time, and I became like the Ferris Red Bull DJ. So I got to do like the 3-Style U, which was like similar to their 3-Style competition. It's like a DJ competition all around the world. I got to participate in that at the local level. and then do some like little concerts with them and stuff. So it was fun. It was cool. I mean, it was like Ferris ruined that relationship like within a year. Like they brought the Red Bull truck to Ferris Fest. People were chucking beer bottles at it and like just destroyed this truck like within an hour. And the guy was so pissed. He was supposed to stay till like 8 p.m. and I think he left at like 4 or something. It was like they ruined it. Ferris does not know how to have nice things. I went there for 5 years. They don't know how to have nice things, so they ruined that shit quick.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
cool though.
And then that skips like half this, like everything, but
yeah, it's good. Short and sweet.
Yeah,
you know, you never know how much to expand on stuff. Too.
Yeah, that's the abridged version. Then thankfully, when I got out of radio, the show just kept going.
Yeah, cool, dude. Next thing, what venue are you most excited to play for this summer and why?
Oh wow, it's like what I really want to say. I shouldn't say because I don't have like a signed contract yet. But I don't know. I'm excited for kind of all of them. I'm honestly, you know what I'm gonna say? Just because I'm gonna say I'm excited for here. We got a lot of cool events coming up here at our new building in Royal Oak.
Answer.
We're doing so. I don't know. Maybe you've heard of something like this before. I have never heard of a workout combined with music in a way that's like created for each other. Like I created this music for this workout essentially. And that's what we're doing with our Tush Tunes party. So it's my EP, Tush Tunes 2. Might be out now when you see this. If not, Tush Tunes 1 is definitely out now. Basically, we're designing a workout, like a booty workout to go with booty music, and it's going to be so sick. We're doing it here in a couple weeks. What's the date for that? May 24th. May 24th. Movement weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm very, 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 very excited for that. It's kind of like a first of its kind event, something I've never done before. We got a couple other little pop-up things in the works here too, but I'm just excited about this space. We got such a cool spot. We got Alex, Jordan, and Logan running the fitness section. We got the studio in here, and we're gonna write a lot of good memories this summer. So
yeah, dude,
this is the best venue in town. Get down with it.
Get down with it. Like you said, I really don't think anyone else is doing it. I've seen a couple things popping up now where you'll see like a workout and a DJ. So I think that's on the rise a little bit, where it wasn't. I didn't see anything before, but now I think that's on the rise. But like you said, there's nothing creatively like programmed with how the music is matching.
Yeah,
workout.
DJs and workouts are pretty common. I mean, I've DJ'd workouts for 5 years now of all types of different stuff.
I didn't know that.
And that's even how I met your buddy Logan. Was I was DJing and he was the trainer. But even then, it's like most of it's just an afterthought, right? You're playing whatever music you think would be good. Like, sure, you can throw in work, and like stuff like that, whatever. But we're making it special here, perfectly curated.
Yeah, dude. That's going to be a blast. Yeah. Stop on by, guys. Stop on by.
Yeah.
Cool. What is the craziest story from a venue or from an event that you've had? This can be with staff. This can be with some freaking annoying guy in the audience. This can be anything.
Yeah. Whoa.
I'm sure you've had a lot.
I've had a lot.
I'm sure it's hard to answer.
Yeah, I gotta go through the archives on this one. That's a great question. Well, a couple weeks ago, I had a pretty crazy one, which was actually a first for my 12-year DJ career. Someone chucked a full drink in my face. Like, I've never had that happen before. It was pretty offensive. I was pretty bummed out. It kind of ruined my night.
Oh yeah.
Which I bounced back from it, but it was like Red Bull, Sprite. Or not Red Bull, Sprite vodka thing hit me in the face, exploded, covered my gear, ruined my ego, popped my balloon, spit in my, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was just horrible.
Oh my God.
But I had to just pull it together. This is part of the game. You're around drunk idiots sometimes. That was a bummer one. I don't know. There's been so many,
That's annoying.
I was gonna say, if you want to pick a category,
that's annoying. It's very annoying. Anything from like, have you had any issues like at a venue or an event with staff?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Not recently. I'm really grateful at this stage in my life. I work with a lot of awesome people, and I'm fairly selective now to where I don't work with people that I don't like, which is a huge blessing. As far as staff goes, I mean, it's like very easy to be cool, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need much as a DJ. I need like 2 lines to plug into, and I need to be left alone pretty much. I have had the biggest thing that I think, and this is for any staff members, anyone that books a DJ ever, the moments that I want to point out are just when staff makes like demands. Like when I have staff coming up to me, and say it's security, right? And they come up to me and they're like, bro, play rap. And I'm like playing dance music, right? And they do it in such a way to where they're like trying to flex on me, or like it's not like, hey, can you play? It's like, play this, no.
Yeah.
It's like, I will do the exact opposite for as long as I can. Unless you sign my checks, different situation. If you sign my checks, you win. But like when you don't,
right.
It's like,
get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, let me play. Let me do my thing.
Let me do my thing.
I'm the professional here.
Yeah.
Let me do it.
Like I have DJ'd a workout class when Alex is in there. He didn't come in saying, "Hey, you need to play Katy Perry." He just let me do my damn thing.
Just getting down to it, dude.
Just get down. Just
Which
have
is a
fun.
blast, by the way.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. What is your favorite genre of music?
I like them all.
Not an answer.
I like them all. I really do. I mean,
Bob Marley.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you ask my my Spotify Wrapped, it'll say Bob Marley. Bob Marley and Johnny Cash are my number 1 and number 2 most played artists, which is crazy. I do like a lot. I listen to a lot of them, and they're like my go-to. But I'm always like digging in the trenches to discover music. I'm always like listening to stuff people send me. But the Spotify Wrapped knows best. So yeah. I guess Bob Marley and reggae. Even
That's
though
cool.
you wouldn't know that from if you came to see me play.
Bob Marley fits your vibe, though.
You calling me a stoner?
It fits the hair right now. It fits like your casual vibe, your chill vibe, your happy vibe.
I'll take it as a
I
compliment.
feel like it fits you.
I do love Mr. Marley. Big fan.
He's a good guy.
All right, I'm gonna steal the show again because I don't want to talk about me anymore. Those are good questions. I appreciate the opportunity. Back on the topic of physical health, because obviously, you know, doing all this stuff all these years in music has taken a toll on my body. A lot of late nights, a lot of travel. I spent, 3 years on the road full time pretty much. I'm doing like everything I can now to make up for all those years of DJing, all those years of having drinks thrown in my face, all those years of flexing on security. So like, is there something that I could do every day, or something you recommend people do like every day, like kind of a little cheat code to hacking your health and being a little more in tune with your body? Is there like something that comes to mind? For me, without the advice of a doctor, it's just been like going on walks. Like I walk every day, no matter what, whether it's with the dog or whether I'm like, whatever I'm doing. But is there something someone at home could do, like, every day that won't take up a ton of their time, won't take up a lot of mental capacity, but will maybe make a drastic impact on their health?
Yeah. I would say a couple things you can implement would, like, honestly, like you said, walking is huge. Yeah. Walking is a big one. Not everyone's going to hit 10K steps, but that's always a good way to kind of measure your progress.
Yeah, totally.
That's a big one. Sunlight is huge, which is hard in Michigan. I was trying to do that for a long, long time. There's a guy, Andrew Humerman.
Love him.
Yeah.
He's a skateboarder?
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
he's like really good at skateboarding. That's how
I did not know
that's how I
that.
know him. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Yep.
Have you listened to him?
Yeah.
He's smart as a freaking whip, dude.
Yeah.
He's so smart, but he always encourages daily sunlight, at least 10 to 15 minutes. Like I said, he likes to educate people on prompting them to do it right when they wake up. So you wake up, sunlight is kind of the first thing you see or you view, which gets your circadian rhythm going, gets like your natural clock going. So sunlight's a big one. Like I said, it's hard in Michigan, but if you can get outside, get outside.
Mm-hmm.
Water intake is huge. You know, shooting for about, I'm trying to hit like 100, 120 ounces right now. That's always a good estimate for people. And then from like a physical therapy standpoint or a movement standpoint, I always tell, like, if you can block out, like we said, we're busy people. We don't have a whole lot of time throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can block out 5 to 10 minutes in the morning or at lunchtime or at night, right, you can go through a little bit of mobility. You can go through a couple exercises, a couple of things to just kind of move your body.
Yeah.
Really sets the tone for the rest of the day. I think that's another really good habit just to get into the routine of. And obviously eating whole foods, eating kind of what your maintenance is at as well is huge. But and it can seem like a lot if people throw all of those at you at once. So maybe 1 week you try 1 or 2 of those, you know, the next week you try to add on another one. The next week you try to add on another one. There's people will throw a lot of stuff at you that are good to do or healthy to do. But in the grand scheme of things, if you're not going to do them, it's not good for you.
Fair.
You know?
Yeah.
So try one of them, see if it sticks, then add another one on. Then add another one on.
Day by day.
Day by day, baby. Step
Little
by
by
step.
little.
That's right. Simple things though. It's not complicated.
Yeah. Is there a piece of bro science that's legit?
That's very broad. Like, what do you mean?
Like, it could be any type of bro science, you know, like I don't know. I see people do like they drink the powder straight up because it like hits them harder, or you know, maybe they're doing some kind of like 12-step crazy like CrossFit extreme hardcore eat nails for breakfast workout like to get fit. Like, is any of that legit?
I would say, you know how like bro science is heavy on protein?
Yeah.
That one is a good one. Because protein intake is huge and a lot of people don't get the amount of protein they should get. Your goal is supposed to be around 1 gram per body weight. So like all the bro lifters out there are hitting like 3 times that, probably.
Yeah.
But
that's
hey,
legit apparently.
They're hitting their freaking protein, you know.
Hitting their protein.
So it's a thing. It's definitely a good thing to do. And that might seem like, oh, like I don't need protein. I'm not like a freaking bodybuilder. But it doesn't matter if you're a bodybuilder, if you're not a bodybuilder, if you just want to live a healthy life. You need those protein are the building blocks of your body. So you need that on a daily basis to fuel your body.
Yeah.
So
I need a really
some protein.
I need a bro hard with my protein.
How much you weigh?
I weigh, what do I weigh? I should probably weigh myself because I haven't weighed myself since my transformation. Probably like 135, 140 maybe.
So you should get around 130 to 140 grams of protein.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, dude.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Jordan, my partner, is a nutritionist, and she's been really keeping our head on straight with the nutrition as well lately. Because it's one of those things that I always know is important, and I have tracked calories for freaking probably 8 to 10 years or something. Now I'm just kind of OCD with it. It's too much. But she is always in our heads as well, which is really good because we have that influence on a daily basis, emphasizing the protein, having those set calories and not thinking of it like a diet, just thinking as I'm going to fuel my body with things that are going to actually help my body. You know,
that's smart.
So,
all right,
it's been good to have her around.
I need to eat like 5 times as much protein.
You're eating though. You got those meals throughout the day.
Yeah, I'm eating, but I'm not eating
that
135 grams of protein. Jesus Christ,
it's a lot.
I feel like I need to eat a whole meat.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
That's insane. Wow, you just blew my mind real quick. 135 grams of protein. Doctor's orders.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Get that protein and get that protein in.
All right, so this is a question for my own ego. So you know me now. We've done some workouts together. We've been hanging out in the sauna. If my body was a car, Dr. Alex Dusza, what kind of car, make and model, would my body be? Don't gas me up either. Like, I want to know for real. Like, if I'm on a lot, what color am I? What's my make and model? What trim level? What's my?
I'm gonna say
tell me.
Ford Fusion.
I'm a Ford Fusion.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, like a fully loaded or like a base model Ford Fusion. I go ahead.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna say not fully loaded, but maybe a tier down from the fully loaded.
So like a LT.
Yeah.
I'm not like the
Maybe like an LT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an LT Ford Fusion.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Fuck off my podcast, bro. Get out of here. Leave.
Dude, Fusions are sleek. Fusions used to be the car, dude.
I'm not saying that.
You know why I said that?
Why?
It's because it's like a sleek, slim car.
Okay.
That's what I went. That's what I was going for there.
Yeah.
Because you're like tall and slim, so like the Fusion is slim, sleek. That's what I was going with.
I'm not like a Tesla or like
mean-
a Ferrari. No, I'm just kidding. I really do appreciate your honesty there. I'm a Ford Fusion. So if anyone
2025, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That upgrades it.
They are sleek. They're good on the highway.
What about me? What am I?
What do you drive again?
Can't answer that.
You drive a Silverado. You're a Silverado.
No, you can't do what I drive.
No, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you're a Silverado. I think you're more like a Chevy Colorado. Tall guy, can get through the thickness. You might not be able to pull the big boats the 1500, the 2500 Duramax or whatever can pull.
Kind of like a
you
wannabe
can
country
get
guy.
Yeah, wannabe country. Listens to like sad pop music.
Yep. That's right on, dude. That's right there. That's pretty damn accurate,
But
honestly.
it's funny, I not to make it weird, but like I was thinking about like what car would I get next if my car decided to end its life, and I would probably get a Colorado. I actually like them. Like they could fit in my driveway. I could probably still close my garage. It's a good truck.
Mm-hmm. You can tow things. You can put things in the back.
Yeah,
having that truck was the best thing I've ever done. I've always wanted a truck, and now that, especially with the gym, now that I can just throw things in the back.
Yeah,
and I obviously grew up in Armada. It's freaking farm town.
Yeah, I got a DJ in Armada in a few months.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
It's probably in my backyard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might need to
next door.
I might need to bring you with me. I got the mayor of Armada in this bee. That's like all my questions, Alex. You still got a list?
I had
here?
one more.
Was there one more?
I had one more.
What you got? You can wrap this up.
This is gonna bring you and Sarah together. Sarah G. Shout out Sarah G.
That's my boo. That's my boo.
So my question was, how do you like dating a fellow DJ? And has there how like when people like in relationships when people work together, they're always like, don't work together. Like, has there ever been any like conflicts?
Not for us.
From DJing.
So the best thing about like Sarah and I, obviously we're best friends. She's my lover, greatest person I know. But we're very different in kind of what we do for DJing. She focuses a lot on the techno space, and she does do the kind of working DJ stuff that I do, but it's not her focus, I guess you could say. Whereas for me, it's my full-time grind, so it's my focus. No, it's honestly the best thing ever because we help each other out. We're not like competition for each other. It's not like working together where we have to like go to the office together. It's not like if I'm DJing, she has to be like right there with me. Like we'll do our own gigs. So no, it's really fun. It's we can help each other out. We can see things from a different perspective. She gets it. I mean, just dating anyone in the nightlife scene in general is hard because, you're off work, but I gotta go, whatever. And, obviously we deal with those struggles from time to time too, but, no, all in all, it's pretty great. And I think she would say the same.
Yeah. I'll have to ask her.
Yeah.
That's good.
Ask her. We'll have her on.
I was wondering that the other day because you said how you had a venue or event and you were going to have to go like at like 8 or 9 o'clock, whatever it was. And then the next day it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So I was wondering how that was because you're in that nightlife, so you don't get to spend time with each other
It's definitely tough. You know, she works more of like a 9-to-5 schedule with her current role. She's an event coordinator for a killer company. She crushes it. But it's more of a 9-to-5 role. So yeah, that's a huge bummer. Just like, you know, it would be if you had to leave your significant other at like one of the rare windows that you get to see.
Yeah.
Well, I'll bounce that question back off on you for the last one here then, because your lady is also kind of in the health space a little bit. Is that fun? Is that sparks some good discussions, or is that like, does it get annoying? Like, what is that like?
No, it's been good. So my fiance Caitlin is in medical sales. Her previous job, I would say, was challenging for us because she was more so in the OR a lot. So she had really long days. Her schedule sucked, so it was very hard on her. Not speaking from like a selfish standpoint, it was very hard on her, and just like the daily duties, like she would get a phone call at 6 a.m., have to be at an office in an hour, you know, get a phone call at 8 p.m. at night and say, hey, you gotta be in the OR the next day at 6 a.m.
Jeez.
So like the schedule was all over the place. So that job made it pretty challenging. But in general, the job she has now, she really enjoys. She has a better schedule. And then from her being in the health field, it's nice because we can have really good conversations about like our health, our bodies. You know, I can geek out a little bit. A lot of times she's probably not really listening to me, you know, like most
women.
but,
am I right?
Yeah. But no, it's been good, man. I would say we see eye to eye on a lot of things. Obviously being here has been challenging because they're long days, long hours.
Yeah.
But she's been great. She's been super supportive, which you 100% need if you're thinking about opening something up or doing your own business. You need to have that significant other that supports you, or else it's draining.
That was tough at first, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was real tough for Sarah and I, because I know she wanted to be here all the time, and I wanted to be here all the time. Definitely takes a toll on the relationships.
Yes. It's still challenging, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you live far away.
Navigating the waters.
Yeah. Day by day, right?
Day by day. Day by day.
I love it. Well, Alex, it's been a pleasure. Dr. Alex.
Good, dude. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to close with? Is there anything you want to promote? Is there any vibes you want to send us off with? What should we give us one piece of advice to wrap it all up? It can be something you already said. If we want to be healthier in the world,
keep your freaking bodies moving.
Keep those bodies moving.
You know, all you desk goers, you're sitting all day. Get up, move around every hour. Stand up, move your body. You know, it might look some of the things I show people or I teach people, like it looks a little weird, but just do it. Just move your body.
Yeah. I'm the type, like, I'll do jumping jacks at the gas station.
That's good.
I'll do yoga at the airport.
Dude.
I'll like stretch in the middle of Target. I don't give a damn about that.
It's a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
Most people are not the case with them. Like they don't like to, you know, they're kind of shelled off, which sometimes I'm that way too. But, you know, who gives a shit? Like, just move your body.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, baby. Generational health, not wealth.
Dr. Alex motherfreaking Dusza on the CHOFF.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure, sir. Thank you for coming.
That was great.
CHOFF. Yup, it's the CHOFF. CHOFF.